Hey everyone, John here, and welcome back to the Toy Box. Last time I reviewed the Build-A-Bear Workshop Charmander plush. In case you missed that, the link is in the description below. While I was digging up info on Charmander, I thought that Build-A-Bear released only 2 Pokemon so far, Pikachu and Charmander. Well, it turns out they released 3. So it was Pikachu first, Eevee second, and Charmander third. I wanted Eevee right away, of course. You know, it's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I was so disappointed that I couldn't find it anymore on the website or in the store. So, good news, it turns out that Eevee was re-released. Of course, I jumped right on top of that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Build-A-Bear Workshop Eevee Plush. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. Let's go ahead and start off with Eevee's Pokédex entry. We're going to go old school again with this one, so here's Eevee's red and blue Pokédex entry. Eevee, the evolution Pokemon. Its genetic code is irregular. It may mutate if it is exposed to radiation from element stones. Oh, at that time they had no idea how many times Eevee could evolve. Now let's go ahead and take a 360-degree view of this plush. So here's Eevee from the front. Turn over to the left side. You can see the tag right here for Build-A-Bear Workshop up close. And then Eevee from the back has a pretty big tail here. And Eevee from the right side. So there's the 360-degree view of Eevee. Now Eevee is pretty big. He's about 14 inches tall. And interestingly enough, that's pretty close to Eevee's actual size. So imagine if you had an Eevee, this is about how big he would be in real life. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other details of this plush. So I like my Pokemon plushes to be as accurate as they can be, and the Build-A-Bear Workshop did a pretty good job with Eevee. First, I love that Eevee is so close to being life-sized. It's not always a detail that toy companies can get, and understandably so with the size of a lot of these Pokemon, but with Eevee, this detail came out perfectly. So looking at Eevee's head, for some reason I never noticed that Eevee had a nose. So they gave Eevee the same nose that they gave to the bears, and I thought it was odd at first. So then I looked at all the pictures and all my other plushes and thought, hey, Eevee does actually have a nose. So they got this detail pretty good, and I like it. I love Eevee's facial expression. He looks so happy, and it just makes everyone around him happy as well, just like with the Charmander plush. And it's something Build-A-Bear is really good at. So it's also a wonderful detail. And if we look at the top of Eevee's head, you can also see he has some hair coming out, which is also a nice touch. And of course, stuffed ears. Eevee has stuffed ears. So next, let's take a look at Eevee's fur collar. It's nice and fluffy. It's a lot like some of the earlier Pokemon Center Eevee plushes, and also the Tomy plushes. So just to give you guys an idea of how the fur collar feels like, just take a look at those plushes. The next, Eevee's legs. They're nice and sturdy. We have paw pads on the bottom. You have the Build-A-Bear thing right here. And there's the front legs and the back legs. And Eevee is pretty sturdy, so it's a little harder on the bed, but Eevee can stand up pretty easily. He's not going to be tipping over all the time. And lastly, let's take a look at Eevee's tail. This is a really big tail, so definitely if you're going to get clothes for Eevee, you need to get something that'll compensate for his tail being that huge. But this is a really nice, soft tail. Really great detail. So, for Eevee's clothes, it's a little more difficult as Eevee can't really wear a lot of the clothes that Build-A-Bear offers. So, I would definitely start looking at the Paw Patrol line if you want clothes for Eevee, or you can get the Pokeball Sleeper that they released with Eevee. Of course, like I said before, I would watch out for Eevee's tail, just because it's so huge, and a lot of the clothes might have a smaller hole in the back for the tail to go through. So just something to look out for. I wasn't planning on getting any clothes for Eevee since none of the clothes really caught my eye, but they were running a special in store which give you some sunglasses, which I have right here. Just for warning, these are not actual sunglasses, so don't wear them. And let's go ahead and put them on Eevee real quick. And there you go. Eevee with sunglasses. That looks pretty slick, don't you think? So there we have it, the Build-A-Bear Workshop Eevee Plush. So overall, I really like the Eevee Build-A-Bear plush. Of course, if you guys have been watching the toy box for a while, then you know that the Eevee line is one of my favorites. I guess I just like all the possibilities that Eevee represents. I want to reiterate how great the Build-A-Bear experience is. My fiancé and I went in last night to get Eevee after we found out that Eevee had been re-released. We picked Eevee out of the box, stuffed him at the station, and named him at the terminal. And check it out, we named him Evelon. Right there. Whenever I look at Eevee, I'm going to remember the fun that we had together when we picked out Eevee and built him in the store. So it's a really special experience, especially for families. And again, I would suggest going through the process in store. If you're interested in Eevee, I would go in as fast as you can. There were a few left in the store when I left last night, and I'm not sure how long they're going to last. As of filming, the website still has Eevee in stock as well. I'm going to put a link to the plush in the description below. Just remember that the Eevee cape is only available with the combo online, so if you want to get that, just get Eevee online. Eevee was $28 in the store and $62 for the bundle online. If you're a member of a warehouse store like Costco or Sam's where you can get gift cards at a reduced price, those will help out as well if you're saving for those Build-A-Bear plushes. Oh, and by the way, you also get a Pokemon trading card game card for Eevee when you get, regardless of whether you get them in the web or in store. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about Eevee in the comments section. Keep an eye on John's Toy Box on social media. Twitter and Instagram links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, rate, subscribe, and don't stop playing.